Hello, my beautiful people. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I'm sitting, I'm not lying down, but actually, I had a very long day, just got back home, and I was really quite double minded about doing the video today. But then I thought I don't want to give a gap because that's what I always did. Every time I disappeared for days and sometime even months and then come back again, so it makes it difficult to catch up. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world. And my day was beautiful but very busy. Just got home, as I said, and before I start unwinding, I thought one more thing, talking to you, which is again another pleasant thing, but yeah, but just it's very busy, and soon I'll be traveling. Fingers crossed, inshallah. So that's another thing, getting ready for everything, last minute things, and it just too much at the moment. Anyway, so um, in today's video, actually, I was thinking about to talk about the people who. Have you ever noticed anyone like the people? Have you ever come across the people who whenever you meet them, they are always complaining about something? Even if they're standing in a post office queue, they can't speak to the counter person because they are far behind, maybe in obviously few people in front of them, but they will still stand and say, "Oh, I came here at so and so time. I've got to go there too. I had a very long day. Oh, I don't like these long lines. Why there's only one person serving?" Now, I don't understand. As they are standing, we're standing. We can't do anything about it. They're waiting, we're waiting. I don't know what they're expecting actually. Um, so the person standing in front of them and the person standing behind them is suffering because it's like they're just, they're getting an earache just because of this person's whatever. And it's not just about in standing in the lines. It's like you will find such beautiful people, these beautiful people everywhere. Like some people come to your house and they will say, "Oh, yeah, it's very difficult. I got stuck in the traffic, bad traffic, couldn't find parking, you know, and that wasted so much time. I missed my lunch. Um, the postman didn't come today. I was waiting for so and so post." It's just like, I don't know why these people don't take a deep breath and focus on the present moment. They're always like an old record. They're always playing whatever happened. Some people are even worse than these people because they actually talk about what happened last week or week week before or last month or maybe 10 years ago. I don't know. They just talk about those things when you meet them. You call somebody and they say, and I'm only talking about the complainers, obviously. They they start saying, "Oh, the energy bills are going high. Life is getting very difficult. Cost of living is increasing." It's like I don't live in this world. Like I'm not living in the same country. Why do I need to know all this from them? My bills also come here. I'm also paying this same bills, electricity bill and the gas bill. I'm still in the same country. So if we were like far apart from somewhere like different countries, maybe it was worth mentioning only once, not every time. But yes, but somebody who's living in the same country, I'm trying to, uh, you know, at least see myself in the camera because this sofa, you sink in this sofa. When you sit on this sofa, it's like, it's very comfortable, but it's just, and I just didn't do the video standing today because I felt like I just need to sit down for a little while. So Yeah. And so yeah, so we're living in the same country, but you're talking about the energy bills like I don't know. You're talking about the traffic like I don't know. And yeah, people do talk to each other. Sometimes you need to let it out. That's fine. But if you make it a practice, every time when somebody picks up the phone, you're on about something wrong happening in the world. It gets too much for the other person, for the person who is on the other side of the phone. So it's not fair on people, obviously. That's one thing. And then the other side of the story is even more dangerous because how it affects to the person who is complaining all the time. Obviously, it's not good for other people because, like I always say in my videos, I think I have mentioned it quite a few times. Why you're downloading your records, your videos on or audios or your records on somebody else's or your programs on somebody else's in somebody else's system? I've got my own things to think about. I don't need this another download that I need to sit down and delete in the night. And then some people don't even do that. So that means like they're carrying other people's burden all the time. You're polluting the world. Seriously. This is another way of polluting the world. Polluting somebody's system. So yeah, but it's not good for the person who is doing it. It's also not good for them. Because I have already said this. I don't know. When I say I've been saying this, because to be honest with you, I try to cover as much as I can. That's why my videos are never less than 20 minutes. This one I'm going to make very short actually. Fingers crossed. But because I try to cover as much as I can. And yes, I do get, carried away. I do, lose the track and go somewhere else. And then, so when I watch that video, I think like, my goodness, I said it, but I did not finish it. I did not explain it. And then I try to cover it in the next video. But for these people, I will say the same thing. Whatever you're sending out will come back. So if you're complaining, I'm not saying that don't complain about anything. Of course, if you have a complaint, then complain at the right place. If you are not happy with me, if I've done something wrong, and that should be only once, not every day. So you can always choose the moment, talk to me when I'm ready to listen to you, and then we can meet or we can talk on the phone and you can tell what I did wrong. If I find myself wrong there, well, I'm the kind of person, even if I'm not wrong, I will just say, okay, I'm sorry. It doesn't make me any small, seriously. But whoever you're talking to, whoever you have a complaint with, just tell them and they will deal with that hopefully and things will get clear. If you have a problem with a department, then talk to the department, such as your energy bills. Talk to them. Check the tariff, change your supplier. Find the solution. Talking about the things constantly and over and over again, it gets too much. And also, it gets rotten. Things start smelling, literally. Because if something happened 10 years ago, childhood problems, if you were not happy in your childhood, I don't think anybody had a perfect childhood. There's no such thing as a perfect world in this world. No. There's always something. I've never seen anyone, well, it depends how people deal with that. Everybody deals in their own way. But all of us, we had some problems, some complaints with our parents, didn't we? Be honest. How you dealt with it, that's different. What you did about it, that's different. But we had a complaint. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Some people had a literally bag full of complaints. Their parents never did anything right for them, according to them. But so the complaints, right? And then who is having a perfect life? What is the description of a perfect life? I would like to know. In my eyes, if you ask me what is a perfect life, sorry, A perfect life. The perfect life, in my eyes, is the life when you are genuinely happy. Happiness does not need a reason. Happiness comes from inside. So, as a person, if you're healthy here and if you're healthy here, and if you are keeping your system clean, and if you can face yourself, that's the happy life. That's happy life. Other factors, like people go for this material things and material gains and they feel like they can give them happiness, that is obviously just an illusion. So I would not want to go into that. What you're wearing, what you're eating is very important, because obviously that becomes you. You become that. So that's why it's very important. Every care should be taken there. So if you've got 20 pounds and if you want to go and buy the things, I will say buy whatever you can buy, the best in that money for your food. Don't go clothes shopping, shoe shopping, booze shopping, cigarettes and all that stuff. It's just, anyway, it's not good for your health. If you have extra and if you want to go in that direction and buy those things, that's fine. But prioritize your food, because that is becoming you. You're becoming that when you eat it. So that's very important. Why I'm talking about the perfect life or no perfect life is just because we all have something to talk about. If you ask me, how was my childhood? I will say, well, at that time I was saying, well, I'm not happy with my mom because she left me with my grandparents. And she did. My parents left me with my grandparents. So yeah, that was my complaint. Throughout my life, that was the only complaint I had, against my mom, to my mom, or with my mom. Otherwise, I was a happy child. I was well looked after, loved, and whatever was missing, that didn't really matter much, because then I look at the whole, and I think, like, my grandparents, my parents, they did, whatever the best they could do, and they made me the person who I am today. And whatever was lacking, whatever was missing in me as a person, that is, after my adulthood started, it was my responsibility to fill those gaps and correct the things if there is whatever was wrong. Because there's no such mold where parents put a child and a perfect human comes out. It's not possible. Parents are also humans. So basically, we all have something missing in life. Some people have money, but they're not happy because they're probably not healthy. Maybe they never have anybody who loves them. Some people have everyone around them, they have loving relations and everything, but they don't have enough money. Some people are not happy with their job. I would just say, I know it sounds like, somebody who is very emotional, but it's not emotional. Seriously, even in your very right senses, this would be the perfect and the right decision. Move away from the situations that don't suit you. Don't compromise, because then you will be a disaster there. If you're not happy as a human being in your relationships, only today I met a girl in store. She has an 8-year-old girl, and she is probably, I think she was a very young mother, so she must be 30, 32, I think she said. But she was not happy with her partner, husband, whoever she was. So she was not happy with the man. And she was saying, what do I do if I'm not happy? Every day is just not, because I told her I'm traveling. And she said, oh, I wish I could travel. And I said, well, you can travel. And she said, no, I can't, because, when you come back, just bring a nice, I said, what do you want me to bring for you? She said, bring a nice man for me. I said, but you're married, you're with somebody, why are you saying this? She said, well, somebody who can do everything for me and, find me a rich man. And I said to her, look, when I was your age, even then, and when I was even younger, even then, and when I am now, even now, I have never looked at the things with that perspective. To her, my sincere advice was be with somebody who loves you, who is sincere with you, who is loyal to you, and who is honest with you, who can stand by your side in your hot and colds. Don't look at the money. If whatever is there for you, whatever is there for them, you will generate that, you will find that. Money comes, with your mental state. You're not rich in your pocket. You're rich here. You're rich here. So I said to her, and she said, what if I'm not even happy? What if he's not even good to me? I said, then walk away. She was looking at me like with astonishment, like how easy it was for me to say that. She was like, easy said than done. I was like, no, easy to do as well. Why to suffer? Because then you're not going to be good for your child, because you will be a mother who is all the time miserable. You'll not be good for that person, because obviously he's not good to you. So in your heart you're holding those grudges, or you're just not feeling good about him. So love is not there. So why would you? So that means like he's also living probably in a fake relationship. And then you're also changing as a person, which without even knowing about it, because of course emotionally you're not feeling secure. So in what way you think you should stay there? In what ways is beneficial for you? And she was quiet. She was like, yeah, it's a very nice advice. I will say to whoever is not happy, wherever, walk away. People think too much. They live in their head. They're always contemplating on things. Don't do too much of that, because your mind will take over and your heart will go to sleep. Sometimes it's good to keep a combination of your heart and your mind, but always, I will say, trust your heart first. Your heart is your best friend. Your mind is very helpful, as long as you can control your mind and you can understand when your mind is coming with what is it bringing in. I mean, all those, weapons of mass destruction, your heart, the human heart invented them, human heart made them? No. It was all coming from a human mind. Your heart is your best friend. Follow your heart. If you follow your heart, the peace will follow you. Guaranteed. Happiness will follow you. Love will follow you. We all get stuck in situations. We all get stuck. Stuck means like, okay, if you want to call it stuck, or we all have to stay in the situations, with the relations, in a job or wherever, in the places where we're not happy. Sometimes we have to. But as long as you know you can do it, and as long as you know you're not scared, insecure about anything. You're not scared that if I left this person, I'll be alone. No, you will not be alone. Please. The world is full of people. There will always be somebody. We come alone, we go alone. So what is the insecurity? Have you ever seen, like, okay, even the twins who are born, at the same time, but again, it's not the same time. Either it's 2-3 minutes difference, or 10 minutes difference, 20 minutes difference. There's a different time. So the time of birth is never, for two people, is not the same. Never. I mean, coming from the same mother. Obviously, there must be somebody else, being born at the same time. That's different. But then it's not the same parents. It's not same place, maybe. So what I'm saying is, so time of birth for everybody is different. And everybody comes alone. Even the twins. Yes, only the twins who are, but is that normal? When you see them, like, then doctors try to separate them. Sometimes they survive for them and sometimes they don't. So yes, there have been cases where, God forbid, their heads were joined or body was joined. So that is not obviously an easy life, is it? That's some kind of test for them and for their parents. But in normal days, in normal life, when we look at that, everybody comes alone. And when people die, even those twins, when they die, the twins who are like 10 minutes apart, 5 minutes apart when they're born, but the same day they're born, the same mother, but they don't go the same day or the same time. No guarantee. If it happens accidentally, that's fine. but it can't be destined. I mean, if it's destined, then it's different, but it can't be, it's not normal. What I'm saying is, so what is this fear of being alone? What is the fear of having people around? Who you want around, who wants you around, then it's fine. If you're with somebody who wants you around and you want them around, not want means like you no need, want. There's a difference. We most of the time, most of the relations are sticking together because they want each other. They need each other because they need for their own insecurities. Some wives, some women are staying with some men who are abusive, disrespectful, because they're earning money. They are the providers in the family. And the woman, probably she is not highly educated or she doesn't have a job, and she thinks like, oh my God, if this man left me, where will I go? Some women are insecure, especially women I'm talking about, because this is the women's problem. Men also get insecure, but obviously that's a different type of insecurities. So that women always, sometimes if they cross their 40s, they'll think like, oh, where will I find a man? How will I find a man if I left him or he left me? Some stick together because of the children, because children are there, and some stay there together because of their society. How many couples are together because they want to be together? So there's a difference in needing things and wanting things. Anyway, so don't complain. Nobody's life is perfect. Although life is perfect, we find the imperfections because when we don't get what we want, when we don't find the things how we want to see them, we say, oh, then we find that becomes a complaint. But at the whole, if you look at like the universe, the world, this whole earth, whatever is happening, everything is perfect. Nature, God made everything perfect. You find imperfections, if you find the flaws, if you have your own perspective, your own needs and requirements, then if it's not getting fulfilled and that becomes a complaint, you need to deal with that. You should be dealing with your own complaints and also trying to look at them, more realistically, if that is really a complaint or is just, you're just being moany and groany. Because for some people, it's also a kind of like inner satisfaction. They just keep talking about it. They don't leave anyone alone. They're always in this victim mode. They're always thinking like they're the ones who got affected by this, that everybody did everything wrong to them. Life is not fair to them. Their job is not good, or they can't find a job or whatever. So this moaning and groaning is bringing more reasons for you to moan and groan. Think about it. 23 minutes, 26 seconds, guys. Remember I was saying I will keep it short? Anyway, so, well, I hope what I said today will make sense to you. I hope you will look into your life and see if you're really dragging your life or you're living your life. If you're with somebody who you want to be with or you're with somebody who you need to be with. On this note, I'm going to finish this video, and I wish you a wonderful day and night wherever you are. Look after yourself, look after people around you. Keep smiling because life is beautiful.